I want to get better, and I want to work with great people. It's really simple.
Nietzsche said, "I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and impossible." The fact that something seems impossible shouldn't be a reason to not pursue it. That's exactly what makes it worth pursuing. Where would the courage and greatness be if success was certain and there was no risk? The only true failure is shrinking away from life's challenges.
Nailed that one also.
All I did was work hard. I didn't never robbed, never stole nothing from nobody. Just hard work and dedication. That's it. To get to where I got to. So anybody that's watching this interview, I earned it the hard way.
I kept saying this to myself on repeat. There is no way, Mel, if you've worked this hard, that you will not be rewarded. You have to believe that this moment is preparing you for something amazing that hasn't happened yet. Keep going. You have to believe that this moment is preparing you for something amazing that hasn't happened yet. Keep going. And so I repeated that over and over and over and over and over again as I wanted to throw in the towel, as I would start to bash myself, as I would start to feel sorry for myself and be like, nope, there's just no way I'm going to believe that something amazing isn't going to happen. I've worked too hard. Something amazing that hasn't happened is coming. And when you get yourself into that mindset, it creates a sense of resilience and momentum and resolve that you need in order to keep going when it hits the fan, or when you feel disappointed, or when life is beating you down.
Remember that you belong in any room that you enter, and if you don't feel like you truly belong, act like you belong. Part of it is simply, what's the alternative? I don't know how you can go through life walking into rooms and allowing other people to make you feel like you don't belong. That's crazy. Because if they can make you feel like you don't belong, that means that they get to have everything and you don't get to have anything. That is unacceptable considering where we are in this world right now. You have to belong in every room. That's not an option.
You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it.
Handle life one day at a time. Life's much harder when you let several days attack you. Gotta work with that. The power of today. Make it through the day. There's people out there struggling, worrying about Tuesday. It's Monday. People on Friday worrying about Saturday. It's Friday. Easier when you attack one day at a time. And I know this is helping some people out there right now that's worrying about, what if, and I wonder if on Thursday, hold on. Make it to bed tonight. Worry about the bills tomorrow.
There is no perfect. There will always be struggle. You just have to pick who you want to struggle with.
We all should think that we're great. There's no reason for you to not think that you're great. If you don't think you're great, ask yourself why. Why don't you think the highest of yourself? When you do, people have no choice but to follow suit.
Late, getting up early, doing all those things, and if you want something bad enough, you have to be able to sacrifice some things for it and, work for it. It's about the process. What are you doing throughout the week to prepare yourself for the game? Stay true to the process and the hustle and what's important, and everything else will always handle itself.
The best way to prove your value is to work, is to learn, is to absorb, to be a sponge. But you always want to outwork your potential. As hard as you believe you can work harder than that. The best way to prove your
You don't learn a lot from doing things perfect. You learn a lot from things that could be considered a mess up or a screw up.
Mistake.
You say from a mistake.
Not an L, it's a lesson.
It's because it's a lesson. It's not a mistake because God don't make mistakes. The most successful artists are as close to who they were when they were 5 years old. Use your youth. Use this time you have right now to learn as much as possible, to educate yourself, to hone your craft. Human beings, we're a blip in existence. Death is promised. So what do you do with your life? How do you make the most of it? How do you make your voice the loudest?
You ain't got the answer. It is so important that you encourage yourself, because in this day and time, in this day of social media, in this day where you are bombarded with negativity constantly, every minute, every second, no matter, you don't even have to look for it. It'll find you, and you carry it on your person. Sometimes it's in a pocket close to your heart. You pull your phone out and there it is close to your heart. You have got to encourage yourself and protect yourself from all the negativity, because if you let all of that in, it's very hard to find yourself worthy, find yourself believing and knowing that you can. And he takes me up, and I've never been in a plane this small. He took me up early in the morning. The air was smooth, wonderful, it was great. We're taking off. I was like, wow, this is really nice. He said, you want to try the yoke? I'm like, sure. No white knuckles. I'm just taking the yoke. Plane's moving from left to right. I was like, okay, I'll buy it. Called him next day. I said, you know what? Let's go up again just so I'm sure and comfortable. He said, okay, well, I only have a slot in the afternoon. So we go up at noon. Now, if you know anything about flying, the middle of the day in the heat and the thermals is not very comfortable. So we take off and we're in the heat and thermals and the plane is bouncing around. I mean bouncing. A little plane. And I am having a fit. I'm like, we gonna have to land. He's like, no, just stay. I'm like, nope, land, Shaba, I can't do it. Land. I need my feet on land. He said, hold on just a minute. Air traffic control comes over in our headset, and the lady says, 378 Gulf Lima, climb and maintain 6,500 feet. So he pushes the throttle, hit the elevator up, the plane goes up. We go up. And we break through this layer where all of this turbulence was happening. Then all of a sudden, we got to a place where everything was smooth. All because somebody said, climb and maintain. Climb and maintain.
Education, growth, and learning are not so that you have a certificate you can hang on your wall. They're not so that you can convince your current boss to pay you an extra 7% next year. They are for something far more important than this. They are for making sure that you keep your seat in the theatric cinema of the global world of commerce. Because the cinema isn't growing, but the number of people looking for your seat is.
I live by two core principles, right? The first is that everything everyone knows, they learned. And I don't accept that I'm less intelligent than the next person, which means I can learn it too, right? The second is that every single excuse I have is valid. But that's still not going to give me the results that I want.
Last but not least, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off. I want to thank me for never quitting. I want to thank me for always being a giver and trying to give more than I receive. I want to thank me for trying to do more right than wrong. I want to thank me for just being me at all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.